Hey YouTube, so I am 10 weeks pregnant today, officially 10 weeks exactly. So I don't know if you guys watched last week's vlog, but I had a dating ultrasound and I found out that I was 9 weeks pregnant, where we thought, going by my last period, which was in August, we thought I was more like 11 weeks. But because I've had irregular periods, it's not exactly like on point with my period. So, we found out that I was 9 weeks. And last week's ultrasound, like I said, went great. The baby's heart rate was 178. And everything looked good. So after I had quite an eventful week, starting with that night. So Friday night, I was giving the kids a bath, and I went to the bathroom, and I mean, I don't know if everyone has like cervical mucus or a lot when they're pregnant, sorry for the TMI, but I do. And usually it's like clear, or it's like a milky white, but it usually doesn't have any like coloration to it. And I noticed on my underwear that I had this like beige discharge. It wasn't brown and it wasn't red, so I really couldn't say if it was like spotting or not, but I just know it looked weird. So, and then when I wiped, I saw some on the toilet paper. So that like really freaked me out. I started worrying. And so I said, well, let me just, see what happens tonight and tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So Saturday morning, I woke up, checked my underwear, went to the bathroom, wiped, everything was fine. There was nothing down there. So I'm getting ready for work, and I'm getting ready to leave for work, and I had to go to the bathroom. So when I went, I noticed that there was a small amount of that beige discharge on my underwear. So now I'm like really freaking out at this point. And I tried calling my doctor. Of course, I knew I was going to get the answering service because it was a Saturday. But like, I thought that they would be able to like at least have a doctor call me back or connect me to my doctor somehow. And she couldn't even locate my doctor. So like, I go to a doctor that's affiliated with the hospital. So when you call the answering service, it's an answering service for the like entire hospital. So it's not like it's someone that's like just familiar with that office. So she had no idea where my doctor was, or even heard of that doctor. So, which was like really odd. So she gave me the number to the labor and delivery floor. So I called them and spoke to, I guess, the doctor that was on duty, and or the OB that was on duty. And she said basically if it got any darker, if it got red, or if it got heavier and continued, to go to the ER. So I was like, all right. But like, I went to work and I worked my shift, and when I was done, I was like, you know what? Just be on the safe side, because at this point I kind of had like a little bit of like yellow cervical mucus, so I'm thinking like I have like an infection or something. I don't know. So I started getting like really nervous. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to the ER. So just to see what's going on. Forgive me how I look. It's nighttime and I just got a shower, so I have no makeup on and I'm just tired out. But anyway, so I go to the ER, and of course you have to wait forever. So I'm waiting. Finally, I get called back, and I see a nurse practitioner. So she does a pelvic exam. She checks my cervix. My cervix was completely closed. She said she didn't see any particles or any bloody mucus or anything like that. When she did the pelvic exam, she did notice some of the yellowish type discharge. So she took some, I guess, swabs or whatever, cultures, and they were going to test that. So she also said that she was going to get me a ultrasound, an internal and external, because the day before when I had my dating ultrasound, they only did an external. So finally, sorry, I'm out of breath. It's like I felt like I've been like this like the whole pregnancy. I just can't catch my breath. So, excuse me. So they finally sent me for the ultrasound, and everything's fine. I mean, the baby was great. The baby's heartbeat was 165, which is perfect. The baby was measuring 1 day ahead of the previous day, which means the baby grew. And everything looked fine. So, I go back to my room and I'm waiting. And finally the nurse practitioner comes over and she says, I think I know what's going on. She said, during your ultrasound, they spotted a little tiny sac Like say this is the baby sac right here. Well, it was like a little sac like over here. So it wasn't affiliated with the baby. It wasn't in the baby sac. It wasn't near the placenta or anything like that. But just a little sac. And it could either be, she said, either you had twins and one didn't make it, and it's just an empty sac without a yolk sac or embryo or anything. Or it could be a perigestational hemorrhage. So I hear hemorrhage, that word, and like I automatically start freaking out. I'm like, can this cause me to miscarry? Can this like make problems in this pregnancy? Like, and she's like, no, you know, it's so minor, it's so small, and the location, it's not near the baby or in the sac. She's like, I wouldn't worry about that. She's like, but I do want you to have an ultrasound in a week to see if it got any bigger. So I'm like, okay. So great. Now I get to worry about this, right? So, so anyway, I talked to my doctor Monday. I called my doctor, finally got a hold of him. And he basically said that the ER pretty much just like scared me to death. Like, he's like, honestly, he was like, I wouldn't worry. He was like, you don't have to take it easy. You don't have to restrict your activities. I don't see this causing a problem whatsoever. He's like, I do think it was just a little baby that didn't develop. But we'll still send you for the ultrasound. So I went to the ultrasound today, and baby still looked great. The baby was measuring 10 weeks exactly, which is exactly where the baby's supposed to be measuring. And, excuse me, I'm so tired. And the heartbeat was 170. Good, strong heartbeat. But I did see the little sac that they're talking about. And now that I'm actually looking for it, I've seen it right away. And it just looks like a little black circle on your ultrasound picture. So the ultrasound tech was, you know, taking a look, and she goes, you know how like on the ultrasound they'll do like the blood flow so you can see the red and blue, I guess, to see the blood flow to the placenta and all that. Well, she did that around the little sac and determined that if it was a hemorrhage or like a blood clot or something like that, it would have like a pooling of blood around it. And it didn't have that. And it wasn't even in the right spot to be considered like whatever that word is. Yeah, perigestational hemorrhage. She's like, it's not even in the right spot because it would have to be either under the placenta, right next to the placenta, or like not where it's at, because right now it's like on the opposite side of my uterus. So she said, I'll go as far as to say it's not a hemorrhage. She goes, and it's not a blighted ovum, because if it was, it would be the same size as the baby sac. And it's way smaller. I mean, it is like teeny, like just millimeters big. So she said it could be a cyst, although she doesn't think it's a cyst. She said she's going to, you know, the doctor obviously has to review the ultrasound and everything. And if there was a major problem or something he was concerned about, he would call me. And he did. He never called me today. So that I'm taking as a good sign. I guess just when I go to my doctor's appointment in 2 weeks, maybe my doctor will just explain like what they think it is, because it has to be something, but they're just not sure what it is. And like when I Googled, I saw like certain things pop up, like uterine fibroids, like they could show up as like a little mass because it grew so quickly. It wasn't spotted on Friday and all of a sudden Saturday, unless Friday they missed it. They could miss it too, right? So that was my eventful week. But on a, you know, one thing that did kind of make me feel better is Sunday I rented a Doppler through this company called Belly Beats, and I had rented a Doppler before from them when I was pregnant with my son, and I really liked having it. Just kind of like gave me peace of mind sometimes, like when I was worried, or if I felt like, I don't know, I just wanted to check on the baby, I could. So I rented that on Sunday, and by Wednesday I had it. And it's a digital one, so it'll tell me the heartbeat, which is awesome. So I got that Wednesday, and Wednesday night I tried it, and I found the baby's heartbeat. Even though they said sometimes it's hard to find the heartbeat at that age, because I think I was 9.5 weeks, I found it. The baby was like way down in my bikini area, very low, but I found it, and it, like, I know that sound is unmistakable. And I counted the beats, and it came out to like 170 beats per minute. So that was really awesome. And so I feel like I have it if I ever feel like a little nervous, or if I just want to hear the baby's heartbeat, you know, I have it. So I can use it. But, so that was pretty cool. As far as symptoms go, today, actually, I was having some pretty bad leg cramps when I was laying down. Like, my legs were just achy, and I couldn't get comfortable. And I just kind of had to keep moving them around to get comfortable. So, yeah, so I had the leg achiness tonight. Not so much nausea this week. I mean, I really didn't have nausea the week before, but my stomach's definitely been more settled this week. I only do feel a little sick to my stomach if I get hungry. And then once I eat, I'm fine. I've been extra hungry. I mean, extra hungry. Like, every hour I feel like I need to eat something. And I try to eat the right things, but sometimes, you know, I just kind of shove my face because I get so hungry. But, you know, it's all for a good cause. What else? Tiredness. Yeah, I have still been tired. Maybe not as tired as last week and the week before. But I've definitely noticed that, like, I usually get up at 6:30. By 10:30, 11, like, I'm getting pretty tired. My eyes start burning and just kind of ready to just take it easy. My breast. I definitely sense a change in my breast this week. They've been more sore, more full feeling. They're, like, kind of bulging out of my bra, which usually fits, like, perfectly. So definitely some changes going on there. I've been feeling some of those, like, the round ligament pain, like the little pulling sensations in my uterus. Kind of feels like maybe my uterus is stretching or growing. So I've been feeling that. Breathlessness a lot, especially like when I'm talking. I just feel like I can't catch my breath. And believe me, I wasn't doing anything physical before I did this video. So it's just like, I feel like I need to take in more air or something. Chapped lips, bad. Burning chapped lips, bad. Kind of stuffy nose. And I think that's about it for symptoms. Cravings, IHOP pancakes. I was seriously craving IHOP pancakes in a bad way the other night. Of course, I didn't go to IHOP at 9 o'clock in the night and get pancakes, but I really wanted them. They just looked absolutely fabulous to me. Mexican food, and I had tacos Tuesday night, and then the next day I made loaded nachos out of the leftovers. Delicious. Pasta with a lot of Parmesan cheese, and sweets a little bit. I do, but not till later on at night. I crave sweets. And I've been, like, still really thirsty. Like, right now, I'm like, really thirsty. And the only thing that seems to quench it is, like, club soda. Without anything in it, just club soda. It's so good. And it just tastes so refreshing. And that seems to quench my thirst. Cravings. I really can't think of any other cravings. Oh, gummy bears. Weird. I've been craving gummy bears. I have to probably have to pick up some because I've been thinking about that the past couple of days. I've been thinking about how I wanted them. And split pea soup. So, I don't know. Whatever you make of that. But, so that's it for cravings. What else is going on this week? Oh, we're telling his parents tomorrow. Today's his birthday. I'm talking about my significant other. Today's his birthday, so tomorrow night we're all going out for a birthday dinner with his family, his brother, his mom, his dad, and all that. So we're going to tell them I'm pregnant tomorrow, because they're going to wonder why I'm not drinking any wine or anything anyway. And the reason why we waited this long is because, well, I mean, I only found out 3 weeks ago, but I kind of like to wait until I have an ultrasound just to make sure everything's okay. So now that I feel like everything's okay, I feel like we can tell them. So I'm a little nervous, but not really nervous, just whatever. I don't like being like the center of attention, so, you know, but that'll be nice to get it out of the way. My mom knows, and my best friend knows, but I'm going to tell work when I'm 12 weeks, and probably everyone else when I'm 12 weeks, so, well, you guys know, but, so, anything else? I think I've covered everything. I want to give you a belly shot. Don't mind my outfit. I'm in my pajamas because I am ready for bed. Well, there's a shirt on. I really can't tell too much. And there's with the shirt off. My Santa pajamas. Gotta love Santa pajamas. There it is. There's my 10-week belly. You see my daughter's sticker she put on the wall in the background there, I can see on my phone. Yeah, wonderful. Definitely did that when I wasn't looking. Alright, there's the front. So I don't know if there's any change from last week. I honestly can't tell. It does seem to be sticking out just a tad there. But according to, what was it? I guess what to expect, the baby's the size of a kumquat, like 1.5 inches long, weighing like 1/4 ounce or something like that. So the baby's still like super teeny. But it did say that your uterus has doubled at this point. So it's protruding a little bit. I can feel my pants, or like my jeans, are a little snug. And last night I actually had to unbutton my jeans because they were hurting my stomach when I was sitting in class. Alright, so there's my belly. Of course, again, don't mind the way I look tonight. This is like the first opportunity I got to make my vlog. But thank you all for tuning in. Tune in next week for my 11-week update. Woo! It'll be 11 weeks next week. So 1/4 of the way there today. It's going by quick. And I wish everybody who's pregnant a happy and healthy pregnancy, and everyone who's trying to get pregnant, I wish I throw the baby dust at you and hope that you get that big fat positive. All right. Bye, YouTube. Good night.